introduce our amazing Jennifer because she's been with us for a while and it's just such, we talk about you all the time, Jennifer. You may not know this, but we talk about you all the time because we're always bragging like, holy crap, the mindset shift this woman is having. It just makes our hearts happy. And I know this is very uncomfortable to come on and do video. And I know Melissa told me the same thing is tomorrow it's very uncomfortable. She's nervous and scary at times, but we're so grateful that you're here. So I'm going to be quiet and I let Anita introduce you and say more.
Well, look at this background she's got going on. She just rocked it already with Manitoba and sunshine and outside. So Jennifer, okay.
And no wind.
And no wind. Yesterday she would have been blown away, you guys. It was like Mary Poppins around here. It was awful. But anyway, Angela, you may need to take over because I'm already feeling that I'm going to screw this one up.
Don't do that. I'm right here for you. I've got the questions ready.
Jennifer is very special to me. First of all, we're also from the same community. Like you guys, like we're from a small community. Most people know each other's business pretty good, but Jennifer, I don't even know how we got connected. If you started following my Facebook or there's some sort of anyway, we became connected through social media, had never met in real life. She sent me this was probably at least 2 years ago. You were sending me, you wanted some help. You were struggling with weight loss. I mean, initially it usually is about, it's like, I don't like how I look. I want to lose X number of pounds. That is usually the initial when we start looking for help, I think. And I think that was your reasoning. And correct me if I'm wrong, please, at any time. But I think, with all the noise on social media, Jennifer is no different than the rest of us who it's like, oh, this works to lose all this weight. I'm going to jump on that one. And so she tried that one and she tried this one and then she tried this one and all of the other ones because, the older we get, the more time we've had to try all the things, right? Yeah. And we realize, wow, nothing is changing, but I am miserable.
Yeah.
I'm miserable. This is not working. And fast forward to Jennifer and I have been working together for over a year, like
almost a year and a half.
Yeah, almost a year and a half. I did not look at the timeline because I know you last summer with your farming life and things, you took some months just to navigate it on your own, and now you're back. And so Jennifer and I we work really closely together. We talk every day. I'd have to go knock on her door if I didn't hear from her because I think something was wrong. And Jennifer will be the first one, and I will let her talk, but she will be the first one to tell you that it takes work, but it's not just about doing the jumping jacks and holding the plank for a minute 3 times a week. It takes a lot of work to get to from where she is. She's lost many pounds. I didn't do the math, but I think we're about at 30 or so.
I think around 35.
So there, and then we've seen the ebbs and flows that come. We see what works, we see what doesn't, and we've just there's just been so much growth and change, and I love how all of the facets of weight loss, with fitness and nutrition and mindset and community, accountability, all of those things has played incredibly, has just been a really intertwined part of her journey with us. Because I just know that she's a different person than when I started working with her.
You got it.
Like she's a very different person.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking her out soon. We're going for coffee. That's what happens when you live close to your coach.
Yep.
I love it. Well, you know what? In your words, Jennifer, I'd love for you to share. I think our very first question is where were you in life and health before you did reach out to Anita that day and start working with us?
That is a big question because I was as bottom, as low as you could go. There was no further down I could have gone. I was unhappy. I was fat. I felt horrible. Anything negative that you can add to that, that's where I was.
Gotcha. I know a lot of women can probably relate to that. For
But
sure.
at the end, just at the end of your rope.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I felt in your message to me when you reached out,
Yeah.
because I think people reach out when they are at the end of their rope,
Yeah.
when they feel like I can't do this alone anymore.
Yeah, you're at the bottom.
Yeah. I love it. Well, tell me, I know Anita kind of touched on it a little bit, but I think another thing that a lot of women can relate to is too, like, I think you shared with us, what was it, 30 years you spent like dieting kind of on and off and doing different fad diets. Is that right?
Ever since, I even remember in high school, and when I look back at my pictures, I don't know why I felt that way, but I thought I had to be on a diet. I remember like in grade 10, not joining, the family at the dinner table because I skipped supper because I wanted to lose 5 pounds. And that's when it all started. It started very young. And it just, this unhealthy relationship with food is basically what it boils down to. And
Yeah,
then
no.
from there, just, like what Anita said about the fad diets, like there's more fad diets than, everything from, I don't know if you've heard about the military diet or the 17-day diet or the whatever diet. There's all these diets, right? And they all have one thing in common: extremely restrictive food, very, very low calories. Some of them were 600 calories a day. Yes, I lost weight all right, but it didn't stay off. It comes as soon as you go back to eating your normal way, which you're used to, it piles right back on. And the other thing, what's that?
And then some.
And then some. You always, you lose what you wanted to and gain 10 more. So each time 10 more come on. And even when I reached out to FitMamas, I was at the point where even those fad diets didn't work anymore. So I got this new fasting thing where, you do a fast for 5 days on nothing but bone broth and water. And I thought I was doing this amazing thing, and when I was telling you about this, you just about flipped your lid.
I think I may have flipped a few times, actually.
Yeah, I think you probably flipped a few times, but what that did, and I realize that now, is all it did was completely shut down my metabolism. It didn't do anything for me. And the few pounds that I may have lost during that, of course, jumped right back on as soon as you start eating anything again. It doesn't matter what you eat, just any food. My body was just soaking it in, going, oh, finally, she's feeding me.
Yeah, I'm so glad we were past that. I was actually so,
gosh.
when you shared that with me a year and a half ago, I wasn't really sure how I was going to get you out of that mindset at that time. That's how deep into that you were. I thought, wow, this is going to be a journey, right?
Yeah,
and but you know what? You've never given up.
Mm-mm.
We fought, we fight, we cry, we throw scales into the basement. We do what we drive over ellipticals with garden tractors. We do whatever we need to do. But it has been, yeah, it has been just amazing to watch the transformation that all starts between your ears.
Yeah.
And then translates into this healthy, vibrant, beautiful woman who last month, when I felt like I was dying from pneumonia, shows up at my doorstep to take care of other people, right? That's what happens when you take care of yourself. That's what happens when you take care of yourself. Because if you're living in a place of bitterness and you are self-loathing, you're not going to show up for other people to take care of them either, right?
Well, and I couldn't take the chance of losing you.
Oh. I'm still here, baby. I'm still here.
I just love that so much because, I got to point out, like us three were talking before we all went live, but it just that like you said, I think you used the word community, but to me also family, like we have a huge family here. And when you're a part of our world, like you're family forever. And that's just a testament of it. And I just love it. Y'all got me chills when you just said that. What, so tell, how was your journey getting started, Jennifer? Like, is there anything you want to share? And the good, bad, the ugly, because we, you know, we like to shoot it straight. It's not an easy journey to lose fat. And so what would you, you know, how would you describe like your journey along the way of learning macros in food and just all of the things, including the scale not moving for a while, because, you know, you was a little while, it wasn't going anywhere.
I can't say it was all sunshine and roses. That is definitely it. It was hard for me, but I knew that I knew for something within me told me that this was the right thing to do. There was no other way for me. This was my last chance at changing my life. And there was something within me that told me that. If I would have gone with my up here, I would have like ditched it almost at the beginning, because whether I'm stubborn or thick-headed or maybe both, Anita can probably attest to that. I heard you guys talk about mindset. My mind was going blah, 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 you know, like it was like, oh, just tell me what to eat and how to work out. I want to lose weight. Like that was all that was on my mind. And when it finally got through my skull that I needed to change my mind. And I know me and Anita talked many times, and I had this, when I was going through a rough time, I would just tell her, I'm going to go sit in my thinking chair for a while. And I would go sit in my thinking chair in my studio, and you know, you slowly let these things sink in that you've been told, because it's so much change. There's so much to change. I mean, it's everything from how you see food to how you're working out. Like, and then you just think it's about the workouts and the food. But it took me, oh my gosh, I don't know how many months to realize that it really does start with the mindset. And that when that finally sunk in, and that's been something that is an ongoing thing, where from even then to now, my mindset has changed so much as more sets in, that it's a lifestyle. It's not one of those fad diets, because your mind is still wanting to go there.
Well, you haven't told me for a long time that you're about to quit. So this is, you definitely have changed your mindset, because you know that this is a journey, right? Because there were times where you'd be like, you know what, scale hasn't moved again. I quit. And I said, okay. And then where are you going to be next week? Right? Like,
Yeah.
We're sort of, we got the tough love going on, and you're here, and you're a true testament to what the good, the bad, and the ugly of the journey. Because I mean, and it's we all can have different experiences, but it's not all sunshine and roses for anyone. You can talk to anybody who's, you know, a bodybuilding competitor on a stage that looks like they're showcase worthy. You think that journey to get onto that stage was sunshine and roses? It was hard. It was hard, right? Yeah. And like, that's just an example of like, you know, whatever, but.
And the good stuff is hard.
Anything worthwhile having is worth doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that. And no matter where you are at in your journey, a year down the road, 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, like it's still the daily practice, because we all still are you're always, everybody, when here you are and how good you're at, you're always going to still have some bad days. There's going to be some days that pop up and be like, oh my, okay, I'm not having it today.
Yeah, always. It's like, well, like motivation is like bathing. You need to do it daily, right? Mindset. You can throw all of those words in there. It's a daily practice. That's why, you know, we encourage, you know, gratitude or high-fiving or daily, you know, my book of daily wisdom. I mean, you know, it's daily. It's not, okay, I got my mindset right. I can just, you know, like taking a vitamin on the first day of the month and thinking you're going to be healthy for the rest of 30 days, right? Like, super powerful, Jennifer. Thank you for sharing. What do you think I mean, I think we've kind of covered a lot of this, but what would you, if you had to put it into, you know, a couple of words or sentences, what's your biggest win on this journey?
Mindset.
It's not about the 35 pounds. It's not, I mean, that's a side benefit.
I mean, I still want to get further. Yes, of course I do. But without the mindset, it wouldn't happen. Because if I don't have the mindset in the right place, I'm not going to go to my weight machine. I'm not going to go out for a walk. Those are all choices I have to make for me. They don't come naturally. You have to choose to do that. And it took me a long time to realize that. So I would say mindset 100%. Because if I went on my, when life throws garbage at you and you just want to, or you think you just can't go on, that's when you have to make a choice. Do I go where my feelings lead me, or do I pick myself up and move on? And I've had a lot of those.
I know. It's been a season.
Yeah.
And, so how would you define how your life is differently now because you decided to reach out to me and invest in FitMama coaching?
Everything from how you navigate life to how I deal with difficult situations to a little bit. I can calm myself. I guess I could say I can calm myself down better. I don't fly off the handle when the crap hits me. I can calm myself down. And even just the relationship with God, like being able to sit and soak it up, or to read your Bible, and your mood, your everything. It's kind of hard to wrap that one up in a couple of words, but yeah.
And we could talk about how awesome your arms are looking too, right?
Aren't they?
You've definitely made some amazing physical transformations, but the ones that I'm most proud of in you is, and the one thing that you didn't mention, but I did want to say, the way that I've watched you navigate a few of the tough things you've been through these last few months, I've seen a huge change. But that also comes with the confidence that, all of these pieces together, I just see you as so much more of a confident woman.
And self-worth.
Self-worth, yes. And that really ties together beautifully.
Yeah. Because the self-worth is something that it's so easy not to have that. It's easy to go into the opposite side of self-worth and to beat yourself up. And the self-worth is like, I am important, I am worth it, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am all of those things. And if you don't keep telling yourself that and doing what you need to do to get there, like, and I had a really good example. What was that? A couple of weeks ago, when I had another bombshell thrown at me and I was really low and I couldn't eat. I went through a spell where I just couldn't eat my macros. I couldn't eat all my calories. And I was surprised that when I stepped on the scale a few days ago, it popped up. That was a big shift for me too, just how important it is to eat your calories, to stay within those macros. And now the last few days when I've been following, my macro set again, I feel so much better. My gut feels so much happier. Like, it's not bloated and feeling uncomfortable. And you have more energy. Like, it's so, yeah, I'm going to keep logging my food for a long, long time.
That's awesome. For as long as you've tried those fad diets, at least.
Oh, 30 years.
Well, I think your one comment in the group was, I don't think there's one I haven't tried. I think you commented that. So.
I think I've tried whatever came, when there was a new book that came out, or a new, and this was before like Facebook and internet stuff, right? And you'd hear somebody talking about, this 17-day diet where you follow this program for 17 days and then you go off for a while and you do another 17. Oh, like, yeah, like I would go to the bookstore and buy the book.
Well, we're glad you're here. We're so thankful that you shared this journey with us. I think that you will have touched the hearts of I mean, I know you touched our hearts 1,000 times over, but I'm just so excited for the transformation you've had. And I'm excited as we move through summer, and Jennifer's a farm wife. And so she's doing all kinds of the physical stuff out there too, and gardening and whatnot, and makes all her own. I don't know, you were even drying lilacs the other day. You amazed me with all of your skills, and she's a potter and a painter and just beautiful inside and out and creative. And so to watch, you've done so much work on the mindset piece. And so I'm excited just because as a fitness coach, I love seeing the physical transformations too. So I'm excited to challenge you further, to push you further. I mean, you've
But
already
not those push-ups though, right?
Angela, she hates your plank to push up. It's just her plank rows. It's just not happening. So yes, but see, here's the thing, it will happen. And I'm going to be the first one to celebrate you. And we'll be posting a video of that one. But anyway, girl, thank you. Angela, if you have any final questions for Jennifer.
I think you already answered them all. I was going to ask you, what's your one piece of advice for anybody that's watching today? If some of them are in that place of where you were before you started. A lot of them are sharing some inspiration and thanking you already in the comments. You guys show Jennifer some love in the comments, but one piece of advice, and we'll let you go. Any piece of advice for these ladies that are listening?
Believe in yourself, listen to your coach, and work on your mindset.
Listen to your coach. I love it. Thanks, Jennifer. We love you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much for sharing. And I know the ladies are already commenting how much they got inspiration from you, which that's not a surprise because I knew you would be such an inspiration, because I know you are inspiration to us as coaches. You're such a beautiful example.
This is not comfortable for me.
Yes. And look, you're out of your comfort zone.
And that is where growth happens.
Yeah,
100%.
It's another stepping stone to knowing that you actually can do things that are hard.
Yeah.
100%.